Uh, hello, hello. Layla, you're so early today. Bong, bong, bong. Bong, 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 bong. Bong, 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 bong. What? How do I keep finding new remixes of Maple Star music? It's kind of insane. Now there's a city pop version of all the songs. I'm just wondering though, this feels a lot like yeah, AI. Oh, I see. They take a snippet of the music, they transform a little bit of it with AI, and then they take that to then make something else from there. Oh, interesting. Hello, G-Talk. Oh. Wow, look at that. Pretty cool. Anyways, I wanted to revisit this because I saw this art. I don't know from what. Honestly, I forgot. I actually didn't even bother finding out. It's like a game art or something? Oh, Wuthering Waves, of course. Anyways, but I saw the hair, and this hair is exactly kind of what we're doing here. And I find what I have like very lackluster. Since the beginning, I found it very lackluster, but I couldn't put my finger on it. No, I said hi, Layla. Can you hear me, Layla? I hope you can hear me. Is my voice on? Well, I mean, it's easy to miss each other, I think. Hello, George. I think so far, George, yours is the only name that doesn't actually line up with the username, I think. Very interesting. Oh, hang on. Before I start removing layers, I need to know which one's active here. Let me delete the useless ones. Yep. Wait, does it affect my hair? No, it does not. Okay, cool. Wait, what is all this? Oh, but it would affect my chromatic aberration. I would have to redo this thing. No, not that thing. Sorry, where is all my stuff? Actually, there's like too much junk on top. I see. Oh my god. Yeah, this is a bit dangerous. Okay, what is this? Checks. What is this? Also checks. What is this? Green. What the hell is this? Alright, whatever, man. Delete. Junk. This is the original rough. Hair paint over, shoe details, skin highlight. Fabric dips? What's a fabric dip? Oh, the sleeves. Okay, what is this? Oh. Fuck, I don't know what this says. Oh, whatever, man. Probably not important anyways. What is this on top? it's just an empty layer on top. What? Okay. Nice, dude. These are unused. I'm gonna eat them out. Oh. Wait, no, why am I open here? Highlight, okay, fair enough. Man, the hair, huh? The hair is gonna be kind of hard to work with. Plus the setup is kind of weird. I have all the green and all the white together. So if I just work on those layers, it's gonna interfere with the clothing too. Maybe I should just paint over this. But then again, yeah, I would actually go over some of the other parts. So that's something new to learn about the process, I think. Like this method is less layers, but yeah, it could really be a pain in the ass down the line if I want to change things. Oh yeah, they do have a thing that works for them, is that the hair kind of stops at like a straight line here. They don't have to taper off. I do have to taper off. But I think the forms themselves are just a little bit too like wide in the center. I think the tapering can be a little bit more gradual. What's the best way to do this then? Actually, should I just paint on top then? I'll just paint on top then. That'll be the easiest way then. I don't need this. This doesn't affect me. That is paint over, right? So this will be on top then. As long as I can paint the layer, the color that I see, it should be fine here. Yeah. So just have to do, I think. But then now how do I deal with this? Exactly. If I do that, it becomes invisible. So opening up makes it change the profile. So I can only target this part, I think, and this part here. That means I likely have to knock this thing out and move it around a little bit. Layla, are you still here? Oh, 久しぶり。ああ、誰か知らんかったんですけど、覚え出したわね、あの名前。なんか前回から今回まではさ、その YouTube ね、なんかそのディスプレイするネームがね、変わったんだよね。今はそのユーザーの ID みたいな感じなんだから、前と若干違うんです。 お久しぶりですね。お元気にしてますか？わあ、めっちゃ元気ですね。配信乗りたいんですか？金曜日じゃなくてもいいんすよ、全然。作業、作業、作業よ、this is so messy though. Like, it's so hard to clean the shapes up like this, I feel like. Wow. 前回話した時はいつでしたっけな。だいぶ前だね。だいぶ。Alright, because these are, yeah, these shapes are encapsulated by the green. I feel like they're not very nice here. Hmm. まあ自分はいつも通りで。作業。I don't know if I actually am making this better or not, if I'm being honest. But maybe if I just make some of the shapes a little bit longer, then that will suffice. Eh, 文法やばいかもしれないです。でもまあ、なんかこの、昨日は完成したと思ったんですけど、昨日は完成したと思ったんですけど、まあ決まったっていうか、まあその、諦めた、昨日。今日はこのイラストを見てさ、あれ形いいじゃん。エレガントじゃん。で、パクりましょう、みたいな。パクリに来ましたよ、今。まあなんか若干なんか足りないな。なんかその、まあいや、足りないっていうか、形がエレガントじゃないみたいな。もうちょっと長い方。長くて細くてが欲しいんで。That's what she said. But that's why we're here again, because I wanted the shapes to be a little bit nicer. I think I need to delete this thing. This thing is kind of weird. ありがとうございます。この子はね、なんかゲームの中、VR チャットの中で会った友達のオリジナルキャラなんで、あの人はこのキャラをなんかアバターにしたんだよね。アバターを作ったんです。3D モデル。で、12月頃。Oh, thank you for the follow. I always forget that Twitch is on. Sorry, did someone chat in Twitch? I cannot see it, but thank you for the follow. そうなんだよね。で、なんか12月頃、このアバターをなんか無料配布するらしくて、で一応イラスト募集してるみたいな感じかな。イラストも対応する服もいろいろ募集してる。興味がある方はぜひご覧ください。あと少しでリリースするので、まあ無事であればね、なんか本人は結構ね、頑張って準備してるんですけど、なんか緊張してると思います。敬語。あれなんで敬語だ。まあちょっと似たような感じかな、自分とも。この子もね、なんか2021年からずっといた子らしくて、ずっとなんか2021年クリエイトされたって感じかな。わからないんですけど、本人にはまだ聞いてないんですけど。Now let's just take care of a few miscellaneous things here. I was gonna say nonsensical things, but probably not the best way to put it. I would probably send a reminder to our artist here today then, George. I think it's probably a good idea. Give them a little bit of a bump to see what's up. At least to show that we're still interested, I think. It's well past their original stipulated time, so I think we are well know what means to do so. Without necessarily sounding like we're too impatient. Yeah, I don't really like this brush, I think. I made it to draw hair, but it actually comes out, it has the same issue where the lines are not that elegant. I think it's probably due to the way that it's being papered like this. Yeah, because otherwise I should be able to pull very long and thin lines, I think. Sorry, I'm just like going back and forth with my broken Japanese. Yeah, あんまよろしくありませんね。よろしくありません。よろしくないんですね。I'm doing this on autopilot. I think that's why it's coming out a little bit more fragmented than I would like. There's probably a bit more grouping that I should be doing, like stuff like on this side maybe should be more, yeah, just a little bit brighter or something. But anyways, let me take care of the hair here. Just like, I think we're at our limits anyways. I'll just do it quickly here. Hopefully the Secret Santa is gonna be much better than this, I hope. Part of it is hoping, part of it is trying, so we're gonna start hoping here from now on, and then we're gonna try from later on. Get everything ready here. The music is kind of noisy. Shit. It is Maple Story, but it's a little bit noisy. At least this one. It is meant to be noisy though. Let me see what the next one is, if it's good. Kinda okay, I guess. Yeah, this part here is getting noisy though. It's the double against it. Don't know if I want. Oops. Arimahan. The balance doesn't feel good, man. It still doesn't feel very good. I think just start here. Maybe if I cut this thing out first. Thereabouts, I guess. I can start splitting layers too, but Just to cancel that. Anyway. Or is he talking in the Discord? Yeah, if it works, that would be great. Because I personally did not, some of these things I know about, I've heard about, but I've never really tried it on myself. If you can do it, that would be very poggers. It's just that the irony is you need energy to sleep. You know, it's kind of weird because you do have to lock in before you sleep and get those things done and get your scheduling set up and stuff like that. Zenbu kesu ka? I do believe they have like translation thingies in the hospital or something. It's like a screen on wheels, and then there's like a dude in the middle of the screen translating. And then supposedly the correct way to use it is that you have to turn the translator to face the patient. So the doctor would not actually see the guy's face, only the patient would. But this way the patient feels like they're being talked to instead of like, just like, I guess they would get the back side of the screen, or that would be weird too. Anyways, and basically that screen. I want to split out, it's kind of weird. Maybe keeping it simple is better. Is it better? Maybe. Okay, I think this is it. It's not much, but yeah, it does blend in with the background. I think in this case we're actually kind of okay with that. Primarily just because we are trying to stick to this really wide, mainly wide kind of setup here. That's the only reason why I accept it. Otherwise, it's I feel it. I feel exactly what you're saying. The desire to bring the outline back, at least, is very strong. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of what I have here, if I'm being honest. But it's kind of gotten to the point to where it's a little bit of what's the word? Poisoned. Just because we've been working on it for so long. I think it's starting to get very... very hard to move away from what we already felt and tried. I think like these shapes here should probably be fixed. I just don't know what's the... It just doesn't look very good. Yeah, I think we just have to move on and fight somewhere else. Try it again some other time maybe. Mayhaps. Maple is fine, it's just very noisy though. Let me see. Yeah, now like at least half of the stuff that's being recommended to me as well is also AI. Trying to avoid it, but it's kind of hard. Oh. Move like that. Stella. もうちょっとだけね。Yeah, it's a bit weird, I think. I don't understand why it's supposed to look like the shadows. Unfortunately, we just don't have an opportunity to see a lot of this in real life. Maybe we can find a volunteer. It's also probably a little bit too clean of a round shape. I think there probably needs to be some kind of suggestion of like pipe fabric, that kind of stuff. Maybe like some of these things. It's the thought that counts, George. Very cool. Thank you. Yeah, what is this supposed to be like, man? So like Booba, the clothing goes on top. It is tight, but at the same time, it's not going to be form-fitting to that extent, right? It's not like literally two round bags for the boobs to go in and then that's it. So I'm guessing this part here is probably a little bit too dark. And then the lighting might be a little bit more like this way somehow. There must be something here that bridges the two scat. That's just gotta be, right? Then if I can just refine this a bit. Blah. I might have to knock out that line there. What? Where's my layer? Where'd it go? What's that? Yeah, I think that's probably true. Oh, wrong brush. Yeah, kind of mid. But it also makes sense. I don't ever draw big boobs like this. No reason to expect it to work well first try, honestly. Is it just the two of us, George? No one else here tonight? Come on. Yeah. Okay, I made it a little bit too long making it. Can I just knock the this? Okay, I think at least, okay, it feels like there's a little bit more thought behind it other than two balls there. The other thing I wanted to think, what's my catchphrase? I don't know. Isn't that like usually pointed out by someone else? I know like there were periods of my life where I realized that I've been saying the same. I like to say the same thing over and over, but I haven't felt that in a long time. Like when I was much younger, I would feel like, oh, I'm always saying this word. It just gets stuck in my head. But I haven't had that in a really long time. So I have no idea. Right now, I have no idea. Alright, we got to paint over on top as well. I feel very inclined to try to break some of these shapes up. If not, like, it feels really rigid. And it's the reason why I don't like what I have, so if I don't change it, then... Oh, right, shit, I forgot. I can't do it like that, because it's right, if I want to paint over, I should technically combine all the layers. So that's kind of how to work. But it's alright. Let's do this. It is what it is. Maybe. Actually, not bad, not bad. I think that is something that we do say pretty often here. I know, like, and before I've also already like saying, oh, okay. Long way to go. Thank you, George. Like, how do I say this? Like, it makes sense. Like, I do say what I mean. It's just that some of these words, I don't necessarily live by, perhaps. Like, I don't really necessarily think of it like that every day. I think I'm very bad in that regard. I'm not very good at being, like, actively, like, say, for example, chasing that pain. Because, like, with the way I'm saying it suggests that, you know, hey, that's how I'm living my life, right? I'm chasing this pain, so I know that I'm always going forward. And that isn't the case. My formula is different. That sentence is there to reaffirm myself that, hey, this does make sense that it is painful. But then most of the decision making is done based off of my own character. I kind of just look at her, I'm like, yeah, like, what do you want? I look at her and then I have to be honest with myself and answer, hey, what is it that I think I absolutely need to work on right now? And then if I have the energy, I'll answer correctly and then I'll work on it. And then when I'm in the process, like right now, then I will say something like that to try to reaffirm myself, to keep myself going. That's kind of how it works for me. So it's not like I'm saying things I don't believe in, but it is slightly disingenuous, I feel like. The end goal is the same, right? As long as we're still working on it, it's fine. But like, I feel like it's the nuance matters a little bit. There's no, like, I cannot imagine a world where I will spend this much time working on something this painful if it's not for this character. I think, like, I'm the type to always take shortcuts and make things go fast, because for me, results matter the most. And that's what I see in the world. Like, you don't really hear about the guy who worked really hard but failed. Right? Maybe he'll get an honorable mention, but who remembers that dude, you know? So, like, things like this that takes a really long time. Like, you can see, like, from the beginning, I was already focused on trying to get good stuff out instead of learning skills. So... And I'm actually doing the same thing at work nowadays. It's the same thing. I try to prioritize the progress and results over anything else. But in this case, I would like to think that I'm making a value judgment. I like to think that I'm making that call more consciously. It's hard to say. I am thinking about the consequences and considering it, but who knows if I truly am. Sometimes these things, you know, like, you know, it suits you, right? So you just kind of ignore it until the problem comes and be like, ah, why did I do that? It's so stupid. I suppose it's very human to do so, but anyways. My stupid ass character has kept me going for all these years and still continues to do so somehow. I'm trying to add some midtones here, by the way. It's okay if you're not watching, just ignore it. But I'm just adding it for the stream. But without the E, but it's pronounced perhaps the way you spelled it, Ria. But it doesn't have the E. I think she's the first thing I ever named. Like I properly tried to name. Whether if it's a character or anything like that, it's the first time I tried to name something. And I took a really long time to figure out a combination of characters that I've never seen before being used by someone else. To keep it clean. I also prefer like simpler names like that because it's a bit easier to Actually, I actually don't really like that name so much now. Not because of anything else, just because it has 2 syllables in it. And it's a bit harder to say. Most of my other characters now, like the other 3, they have slightly simpler names. Well, okay, one of them has a lot more complicated name, but it's a more human name for that character, so it's a bit easier to shorten it. You know, it feels a bit more natural to shorten. So, but Ria is like double syllable. Ria. It feels a little awkward, I think. I wish I had something else that was a bit better. I might need your input on something else though, George. Because I am thinking of bringing another character online here, but then the principles that she's designed around can be a little bit tricky, I think. And I'm just probably need some external feedback, like what you call it? Just to ground myself and see if am I crazy, or am I being a little bit too out there and stuff like that. I can bring one more person online, then I can maybe do some more things. I'm not really even sure, honestly. Am I gonna ask multiple people? To be frank, I wasn't even gonna ask anyone until this moment. But now I think about it, it kind of makes sense that I should check in a little bit. But the thing is, there's only 2 outcomes from this. I ask and people like it, and it's okay with it, and then we go ahead. I ask, people don't like it, and then nothing happens because like the character is designed around all my characters, they're designed around very specific ideas, and these are not non-negotiable for me because the whole point of doing stories and writing everything was to stay true and stay accurate to the original source material. I know it sounds weird, but like it's meant to Like, there's no other option for me, is the thing. So if it doesn't work out, I guess it's just, I don't know what to do with this character. She will still be around, and I will still draw her. But I guess I'll just do it on my own time then. It should be unfortunate, because I don't have a lot of that. But yes, as for your question, I don't know. I don't know. It would be more like, how do I say? I'd probably be more comfortable asking people I've known for a longer time. You know, no offense, George, of course. But like, they are not in the art community. Or like, how do I say this? Like, if you ask someone who is outside of people who touch concepts like this on a daily basis, it's going to be, they have their own opinions, right? They may not understand certain themes and stuff like that as well. Actually, no, I have to think about it, because like if I ask, I have to think about how much information to reveal. Wait, let me think about this. Actually, I don't know if there's necessarily anything to ask just yet. I think like the only thing currently that I'll probably release is also just the physical design, which mostly kind of fixed, I think. Let me think. Well, you know, I think it's still worth asking. I guess this is kind of it for the stuff. Okay, no. I don't know if I necessarily like what I just did. I guess I did softer in some of these edges, but like, is there any? Did I gain anything from doing that? It's a bit of autopilot going on, but it is what it is, I guess. I think, like I said before, I think it is my limit at this point. I don't think I can break that limit just like this. It'll take a lot more effort than this, so as long as we have a deadline on this, we do kind of have to just let it go. Let it go. I forgot the lyrics. Also, thank you, George. Let's see. となると、こうなった時間。まあいいか。こんなもんで限界か。There are some other miscellaneous things that I can do, like maybe cut into all of these little bits here, but okay, yeah, let me think about that, because like it's a lot of work, and I'm trying to think if it's really worth the time to do so. But I mean, like, it's always the details that matter. Okay, let me try something that is a bit lazier, where I just paint over on top. Oh yeah, like the UI is very interesting to me too, because it's the first time I'm doing something like that. And I think in general, design always seems very inaccessible, because like it's so hard. It's like, how do you come up with ideas like that? But then when I was doing it, I think maybe in the past I've watched some tutorials or something, because it was pretty natural in terms of, oh, you know, why don't I start like this? And as I thought about it more and more and more, it just started making more and more sense. Like, oh, like, of course, like, if I come up with a bunch of motifs first, you know, then it's gonna be easy, because I just choose from these things now, right? And they're all mind mapped from the same idea, so there's no way that it would be irrelevant. Then it just becomes like a sense of what looks nice and what doesn't look nice, and then that's just up to your own, I guess, sense of beauty. And I guess that's probably where it would deviate from people to people, but you know, in that regard, it is what it is, right? Like, I am my own person. There's not much I can do if people don't like my ideas. So then from them on, it was a lot smoother sailing, because it was just, yeah, you know, it's fine, just do it. It works, it works. It doesn't work, you know, try again next time. It is a huge eye-opener and learning experience in that regard, though. It is kind of a very interesting experience. Now I'm a little bit less scared of a design. Because now it seems like if I don't know what's happening, like I don't have any ideas, it's not because it's hard, it's not because that I suck, it's not because that the idea itself is necessarily bad. It just means that I haven't really built anything of it. Like this character, in all honesty, there is only one design element, and that is the menu button. This is it. Like, we don't necessarily have like a lot of other things to work with. And even then, we can still brainstorm out a lot of ideas, right? Like, and there was still other variations of these ideas that I never really tried. So it is, how do I say this? Not that scary, I suppose. Also, I'm not gonna do this. This is gonna take too long. It looks nice, but it's gonna take too long. So I'm going to make the executive decision to not do it. There are some shapes that I could probably clean up a little bit. But before that, I would like to clean out my lines here. There are some green parts that are bordered by purple. And I think that is not allowed. Sorry, where? Oh my god. Let's go. I would love to, like, for this new character that I want to bring in, I would love to also do something like this. Like more like a proper character sheet, but not just the physical design, but also the clothing design, but also other story-wise elements, everything sort of built in. That would be kind of nice. However, that takes a lot of time, which is why I want to kind of want to release the character out so that then I can just work on the character on stream. I don't have to work behind the scenes and stuff like that. So the initial design thing would just be literally a physical design, along with some very, very simple stuff. I'm just gonna keep it there. Then I can work on some of the clothing design. I think I'll probably work through a lot of design stuff on stream once it's released and stuff. And try our hands on character design, try our hands on clothing design, UI design again, once again, like all these whatever you call this. Actually, I don't really know what this is called. Layout design? Layout always reminds me, I don't know which artist it was, but I know at some point in time an artist, a Japanese artist, was yelled at by his, what's the word, editor, for not, like, coloring the lines or something like that. Apparently, like, in Japan, they just kind of expect that as part of the process, and if you don't do it, they treat it as like, hey, this work is incomplete. I saw it somewhere, I don't know if it's Twitter or like some other place, but the guy just doesn't want to do the line or its color on purpose. And then he got rejected by his editor just because there were no colors. Kind of funny. Yeah, I guess that's kind of it, right? Like, I don't really have anything else. I'm saying. Oh, wait a second. Hang on. Can I do something with the metal bit? So, like, okay, the shoes, I honestly kind of did drop the ball by, like, not really going for it, right? It's not really rendered a lot. It's mostly just flat colors at this point. But at the same time, it's also kind of cool like that, hey, less detail here, so maybe they can read the words behind a little bit better, and also more details relatively on the top, and therefore they focus more on the top, you know. But it's going into that territory where you just, like, you know, whatever works, man. You just try to sell the idea, and everything is fine. You know, you didn't do this thing? Ah, no, that was intended. Of course it was intended. What do you mean? That was the whole point. Thank you for noticing. Hang on, let me do something here. I kind of want to make this a little bit more glowy. Something here doesn't look right. This part here. Something here feels weird. Is it the hair? The lines of the hair? Maybe the shadows are not dark enough. It feels really faint. I know I lightened it. I mean, I'm the one who did everything, but I'm the one who made it a bit lighter with an airbrush here somewhere. What I got? Did I do it on the original thing? I must have done it on the original. But now that I paint over it, and I don't think I can actually do anything, so never mind then. Alright, let me regen the chromatic aberration, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Oh yeah, let's just do this. Merge. So now we have this layer ready, and where's my CR? I keep calling it CR, but it's not chromatic aberration, it's an A. Is it this? I think it's this folder. So I just need to replace these guys. Oh, it's lighten. There you go. Yeah, 1% is actually pretty strong. It's kind of cool though, the effect. It's just the colors don't quite fit in because it's blue. It is adjacent to... Because it's not blue, it's like cyan blue. So it's kind of close to green. But... I think that's not what I want. I think. Maybe just a little bit. Okay, let's lock this in, and then I want to use the mash adjustment here. A bit easier for localized stuff. It's the same though, honestly. It's whether if you want it. If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it... I mean, if you want it, it's gonna come in pairs. So it's not like I can just have red and nothing else. But can I? Can I not have that? If I just have an extra red layer, wouldn't it just only be red then? Why do I want red like this though? If I want it like this, I might as well have just painted the lines. Anyways, I don't know what I'm doing. What about noise? Do I want noise in this case? Nani? Ah. Right, I forgot about the hard light nonsense. Let's get rid of that. Really make the red pop? Sorry, I gotta check. Yeah, the skin colors are really strong though. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because like the selling point of the character are you know, the ties and the big boobas, but the big boobas is kind of hard to see because of the way I didn't do this correctly yet. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I'm not sure. Maybe this would have come out a lot more. Like that would be a line this way here, and then that would be the contour. But then the boobs are here, you know, like it's not like I can... not sure. There you go. What do I want to do? Right, noise. Let me see. What is this again? Oh, the text. Okay, so they'll be on top of this. Perlin noise or maybe RGB noise. RGB might be noisy. We'll see. So I'm gonna do the oh wait, how do you do RGB noise again? Because I don't have it as a filter in Clip Studio, I think. I had to generate it every time. I still haven't put in the text here. And I need to update this a little bit more. Maybe some new ideas. But that I can ask him actually. I can ask him for some ideas. Eyes are kind of... eyes are kind of flat actually. Now that I look at it, it's not. It doesn't have any radiance there. I'm not sure about noise. Just the character or everything? Let me move it all the way up here, and then I can use the character as a mask if I want to. Otherwise, I can disable the mask. And then now it's presumably everywhere. Yeah. Hmm. あと他に何かあるかにゃ? No yellow light? Yes, yellow light. I'm not sure. Maybe no yellow light. Nothing else to distract from the main focus up top, middle. Yeah, the funny thing is, like, did I mention this? Like, I was talking to the dude one day. Well, one day I joined the game and he was talking to a girl and they were discussing her personality. He was asking, hey, what does this character look like to you? Like, what do you guys think her personality would be, right? And at some point, you know, we were talking about our prejudices, basically, stereotyping. So we definitely talked about the size of her. According to the dude, this is considered like medium size. For him. He treated this as medium size. And because, of course, the other individual in the conversation is a girl, you know, she was like, no, this is not. I think what happens was that early in the design process, it might very well have been a medium-sized one, but maybe, you know, just got a little bit bigger. I was trying to find a better word, but I couldn't find a better word. Just kind of grew. Yeah, what is big in the center? I know, right? I'm trying to bring up the quality a little bit by adding some overall gradients. Like, these do a lot. These go a long way, like in terms of the effect, like the power it has. But I think for the most part, because we really locked down a lot of stuff, I think it's not really very doable. Something about this Boba's thing, like this, I like a little bit more than what we had before. But something about this area here doesn't seem like it's suggesting it's curving in enough. And also, I don't know, maybe this part should have been a little bit lower. But if the booba is, huge, right? Yeah, okay, maybe let me try and shift it down a little bit. Hang on a second. Wait a minute. Who are you? Stupid meme. Gret. Let me try. Do I have enough to work? I might have to paint this manually. Because this is a paint overlayer, it doesn't have pixels in every single spot, so if you try to blur it, it actually just kind of screws up. Better now? Maybe not yet. Maybe I could deal with this part. So that these like bridges Or a little bit more pronounced, maybe. Is it better? Wait, let me do a before after here. Where did it start here? Let me see. Delete layer, maybe like here. So that is that. This. Honestly, I don't know. It feels the same. I don't think it's that big of a difference. If that's the case, then I'll keep the new one. I think I mentioned this before, like sometimes you feel like something should be changed and then you try it and then you're like, I'm not really sure. But as long as you're not really sure, as long as I'm not really sure, I would go for the new one, because the old one clearly bothered me enough to make me change it. So if I go back, the warning will still keep blasting in my head. Whereas if we keep this, you know, over time we can be like, oh, okay, it looks better, or it looks bad, and then let me try and fix it again. Either way, it will allow me to move forwards, where if I stayed in the previous state, it would be the same situation forever. There will be no difference. I'll just keep feeling like it's weird. And then nothing will ever come about it. So I'm just gonna keep the new one instead. Hopefully it didn't ruin my my stupid... yeah, of course it did. I was gonna say, because the chromatic aberration layers are the old ones, so they are going to show the booba still. Let me just nuke these. The downside is you have to redo the CA again. Oh, oops, I need to do retransfer. Oh, why is it so strong? Maika. What is it? Can I do this? What happens if I do this? Nothing. Oh, very cool. Thank you. What if I do hard light? What happens? Bad things happen. Very cool. Alright. Okay, okay. No more funny business. It's probably fine. That's not needed. What about this? I gotta check on the other thing real quick. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, so we have this... what is this range? Oh, it is only here already. Oh, okay, then it should be fine. I was wondering. I mean, everybody likes red and like that sort of warm glow. I just don't know in this case if it's a little bit overdone. Can I try the opposite way? So what's opposite of red? Green, right? What if I don't do that and turn this up instead? Would a yellowish tone fit better? Or desaturating it. It's better, perhaps? Very blue now. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, like, this is not the focus, man. Like, I don't know if this is justified. Yeah, colors-wise, I am inclined to do the opposite. When I'm not sure, I kind of feel like we shouldn't add stuff. Because, like, it's always like, oh, I like how it goes, but I don't know if it fits the theme or if it's, like, too saturated. I do like very saturated things. Then, if I then I will feel like I want to put it, but I cannot. So I will put a little bit of it, but then I'll do a lot of these layers. So eventually it adds up, and then at some point I start recognizing what I'm, like I lost track of the original vision. So I think in this case I'm not gonna do it as much as I would like to do it. I'm not gonna do it for that reason. I am gonna go back and fix my shiz down here. Let me grab my, let's use this really thin VR chat text layer here. It'd be a bit easier if I just use something similar. Where is it? Text bottom. VR chat. Okay. So background codes. Here. What? Oh, it's the other one. Okay, I don't need that. Twitter logo. Okay, let's go here. No, that wasn't what he wanted, I think. So this is just me doing my own thing. This is why I don't want to take money as well, like for doing anything, because once you take money, you know, you have to do what they want. I want to do what I want, for lack of a better word. That's why I only draw stuff like that I want to try. And then I'm just gonna do whatever. I will just do whatever. I want to make it so that it's not just a thing that we do, but also an opportunity to try something new. In this case, I saw opportunity to do this. That's how we end up here. But everyone, all he asked for was just fan art, and so we don't know. Like, okay, he's not gonna be angry or he's not gonna be hated. Like, he's gonna be very receptive about this, right? I have that. Of that, I have no doubt. But yeah, like, so which is why I also really wanted to tread very carefully, because again, very important character to him, right? Clearly, enough to spend like a good year on modeling this character. They've had it also for 4 years now, at least, that I can see, right? If we track by years that he can see is if someone likes the character, then he probably has a longer track record than I have with Ria, even though Ria is like 14 years old this year at this point. So yeah, I will do what I want, but I want to keep it as close to the original as possible. I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyways, how should I put this? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna line up with the icons themselves first, and I think I'm gonna have to bring all the icons down later, because yeah, this is a little bit, let me see, duplicate this. So the next one is the problem. This one with the booth is super duper long, and I don't know how people usually put the text in here for this, because it's so long. Look at that. Of course, I'm gonna drop the HTTP here at least, right? But like, wouldn't it just be like this then for booth? But like, I've never seen it for booth, so I don't know if people would understand that, hey, that is the front part of the URL here. I wonder if it's a lot harder to do subdomaining with this, or rather, or if it's easier to do it the other way. I guess it doesn't really matter, but where would I even go to look for stuff like this? You know, like, I don't know where to. Wait, let me see if he placed anything, added anything to his own poster here. It doesn't look like he added that. He added the Twitter one. He added the character's name. Also, we're going with English. I also thought about this. So originally I went with English because I thought I can just do both languages. But at this point, I think going with English is fine as well, because I think only I am able to capture the English side at this point. So I don't think he would mind. Yeah, okay, he doesn't really tweet other people's stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna change it. I'm staying here just because I'm trying to figure out if I want to shorten this or not, right? Because that would matter as I'm trying to resize it. So I don't know if I want to. I think keeping it full might be better because for people outside of Japanese, like especially now that I just mentioned that it's meant for English, then maybe, you know, like keeping the full link would be a little bit more beneficial here. X everyone knows, but not everyone's gonna know about Booth, I imagine. So this is probably, considering the target audience here, maybe this is a little bit more logical. And then now I'm gonna squish it down. Let me see. Actually, before that, we should get the whole thing first. I think. Oh yeah, before you do that, George, I do have to get permission from him too. Like, this is the thing about doing stuff that people never really ask for. I need to make sure he's okay with this, and especially with some of the details and some of the text on it. So I'm actually not even gonna post this until I get a chance to get him to to look at it and talk to me about it first. That's why everything is kind of just waiting. Otherwise, I would have posted it. I might have posted it already yesterday. 메레타 매니저는 모티프이다. 하이와 리리스後にしようかとふんわり。Not sure what it's talking about. Anyways, what am I looking for? Right, I'm looking for more stuff that potentially we need to put here. So, Twitter and Booth are the two main ones. I don't know. I don't think he will want the other stuff like his website and Pixiv on here, so I'm not gonna do that. The last thing would be if I should put my own stuff. I should probably put my own signature at some point. Yeah, claim credits or stay accountable. Either way, I do think I need to have my own thing here as well. I just don't know where it could go. Because you know what? Actually, I don't really care if people know that it's me or not. I don't really care. We have this series of streams. He's not the type to claim credit anyways. Now the issue is, what do I do with this? Like this, right? Obviously right now it lines up, size very nice, right? But I cannot make the QR code smaller because it's already kind of small. If I do the print size, it's only this big. It's like a size of my thumb. Any smaller, I'm worried that stuff wouldn't read it properly, or they would have to get really close to it to read it. The benefit is that at least if we ever use this as a poster in game, the screens in games are huge, so there shouldn't be any issues in that regard. And I did use 300 DPI, I think. I should have checked this, but I am always on 300 res, so we should have enough pixels here. Is that how that works? I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, yeah, so now if I squish this down, it's not gonna line up anymore, and that feels kind of bad, you know? What can I do about this? Spacing in the middle? Yeah, I could. It's easy to just shift things around like that. But like, what should we align to the top? Should we align like, you know, like no matter what, it's not gonna line up completely, and I think that's kind of weird. If we have one at the top and one at the bottom, it might have too much space in the middle. Might be a bit weird that way too, right? Because grouping it together is definitely better. If you group it bottom, there is another way around this, is that we don't put this on this side. So like QR code would be on its own standalone square. That way we don't have this alignment issue, right? Like if I just move this somewhere else, you know, like then it's just a QR code there. But this is kind of squeezy. There's a bit of a squeeze. Sideways is also like not very good, right? Everything is aligned down, so it's gonna be hard to read. That's not what we want. Keeping it big, Because this looks okay, this looks so nice. Like this is I think I like this. It's got good balance. And it's got a good amount of spacing. But like without the text here, it doesn't really have any meaning. I don't want to force people to have to scan, right? That's also very stupid. So having the text here is super duper important. And as long as we decide that we want to have the full URL, then this is what it's going to look like. Because the other option would be to delete the URL second half. But then if that's the case, we already have like his name at the bottom anyways. It's already the same thing. Although I guess people won't associate it with Booth necessarily. But if they do want to search it up, they do have a way to search it up. So what am I saying here? I'm saying that I need all the information like this. I don't have a better place to put the information. And then there's no, I don't think we have any choice here. Because like considering that these are things that we want, these are things that we need to have. Okay, how about this? Maybe we just make it a little bit smaller and then like you suggested, George, we can shift this maybe a little bit up. Yeah, okay, yeah. Even if we shift it a little bit up, the spacing is kind of awkward. What if I have both of them up top instead of bottom? Is that better? It feels a bit top heavy. Yeah, I think it should be probably set to the bottom. If I size the font down, alright, let's see. If we just make the font smaller, the concern would then be that it's a little bit... Might not be a bad idea though, but let me see. You know, if it's something like this, but hang on. Let me just make a copy of this. Too little? Oh, the second one. Oh, you know what? That's a great idea too. That's a great idea. Let me just keep this. Sorry, what? Oh, I didn't undo enough. You know what? I don't need that. Oh, what the? Why is there only this word, bro? I mean, the whole word. Mismatching fonts and mismatching size, I wonder. So we cannot size it down too much, I guess. Just enough. To be frank, like right now, the text for the X as well is kind of big. It's taking up like almost a third, like at least a third of the entire width here. That's a bit too much. I can't make the thing smaller. Okay, let me think. Let me see if I can find like other magazines. Let's see if there's any magazines. Magazine covers with QR. It is tiny. Why is it so tiny? Huh. I wonder if our QR is too small actually. I guess it's not what we want with like X handles. Okay, yeah, that's not what I want. Wow, okay. With add handles? It got very spicy all of a sudden. What about like VR chat? What's my V button? Yeah, most people don't bother because like by the time you're here, you're already here. Like, what was the point, you know? Yeah, they put the link like that just at the bottom. No one really puts their... but these are like head icons, though. They're not really full-size posters either. Yeah, they just put text. What about this? I see a QR there. 1 by 1 pixel? What the hell did I just open? What? What is 1 by 1 pixel? Base 64 data? It's very short too. Okay, the other two are probably not very useful. I mean, this is also cool though. Like, this is the other side of the design where you only give the bare amount of information and get people's interest and then get them to move. Right? Get them to do something with it. That's why you just have one QR, and I think it will still work. Because it's a call to action, basically. But for us, I think... I don't know. I don't like relying on having someone else to make the effort to then get the information. If we just make it ever so slightly easier for people to notice and retain information and you know, then, you know, like over time, maybe they see his name enough times and they'd be like, oh yeah, I remember this person, you know, like... I feel like that is better. People just dump the link there. I mean, What about new approach? New approach. How about... What if I can move like the text somewhere else, like lower? I don't... Okay, how do I say it? I like where the QR code is, but we can maybe also move it up or lower. Yeah, like this is so awkward, right? Floating there. But then again, if there's stuff below it, maybe it's not gonna be that awkward. What? But how does this help though? I don't know. Another idea that I thought about was that instead of having both, like maybe the booth one would be like just up, maybe like just a little bit of a booth icon here, and then we'll highlight the entire thing. Like we'll box the entire thing, right? So that people understand that this is to booth. And then the Twitter one can be can exist somewhere else, basically. The Twitter one can just be somewhere else. And it doesn't even have to be this color. It can just be black. Then we can actually stack it in the middle here. Then booth is over here, this is over here. And it's not as clean, I think. It's not as clean. I mean, well, to be fair, if I do this, then I wouldn't be, let me see. Then I wouldn't use this color. I would also just, where's my bottom text? Let me see. This one, right? So let me dupe this. Change the text. Oh, okay, you know what? Let me retype it because we have the text spacing here. And then just keep it like this, and then I want to shift it up. Is this monospace? It's not monospace, so it's not aligned. That might be a little bit annoying, but also it's kind of hard to read, huh? Hello, Lord. It doesn't make me good. I mean, it would make you better still than me for sure. I don't imagine. Anyways, Lord, let's see how you feel about some of these ideas here. Let me see. So let me just return this to its original state here. Wait, what's happening? I'll put them in the folder, right? So the problem is this, right? We have this at this point. This is what we have. And But like the idea is that I want to get text in. I want to get the handles in. I want to get the link in because then people don't have to scan anything, right? They get to see certain information, and that sort of retains in their head, ideally. So that's the point. The problem is this is stupidly huge and the link is stupidly long, right? It doesn't feel very elegant. And I think, so the problem is that I don't want to compromise on what is the text that's in here. I don't want to remove text. I don't necessarily, you know, like the text information wants to be there. And I kind of want to keep this in the bottom area, although we could potentially maybe shift either both or like one of these somewhere else maybe. It's just that right now it feels like it's more balanced to have it at the bottom. If we make it smaller like this. Oh wait. Why can I not just move the QR code up and shove this below it? I didn't like this idea because it looks kind of weird to have the QR code not in the right spot, but this is also not necessarily that bad, I think. A card link? Oh, that is a good point. The problem is I don't know if they have a card link. Because this isn't like our own stuff. This is someone else's stuff. They have a Twitter and then they have a booth and then they have a Pixiv and they have their own website. But their own website isn't necessarily very informative with respect to this. Well, it is made for this character, but it's not made for sharing the avatar itself. So, hello unknown. Oh, it's been a while unknown. Okay, so actually right now I feel like I'm leaning quite heavily towards this. Just because it feels a little bit more cleaner. I might even swap the two positions because then the booth is next to the booth link. And then the Twitter is just by itself as an additional piece of information here. But right. So anyways, this is one idea, right? This is one idea. And then another idea might be to just not have this really long text. We can move the booth thing up here and then have like a big outline, that like a pink outline that goes around this, like kind of circles this. So with the booth part, we get people to scan. And then the Twitter thing, we can actually just... Sorry. We can actually just not have it like in pink or whatever. We can have it like somewhere else. Maybe like here. Maybe like here. Maybe like some other place. That would make sense. Maybe even up top, you know. So this part is reserved just for booth. It's very clean. It's very concise. And then the Twitter can just be somewhere else. We can figure that out later. Or even not have it. Honestly, it wouldn't necessarily be that bad to not have it, but I guess we do want it if possible. Oh, we can also just have the Twitter at the bottom then, right? Like if that's the case, we can always just have it at the bottom and shift all this up a little bit. And then if we turn the color to black, then it wouldn't necessarily be that it's kind of stupid. It looks kind of stupid, but it's only because this is not joined. Maybe if this is joined, we might see as like a singular element. Maybe it'll be a little bit better. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Let me fix that in the original state real quick. You wouldn't even put the ad, Lord? You would just leave it like that? Is a friend named Wallet? Oh right, yeah, unknown. Yes. Oh, I see who you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about George. Yes, his friend is called Wallet. Oh, that's right. Actually, you're right. That is interesting. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. That's a good suggestion, Lord, actually. Oh yeah, actually now that I remember, I generated this with Python, so you have to see if the Python library has that option. But that is a good suggestion. I suppose we could do that. Then it just comes down to where we're gonna put the... Yeah, maybe we'll just have this somewhere else. No, if that's the case, then why don't I remove the bottom text here, right? I can change this to just be X instead. Let me center align this. What? Why is it not aligning for me? Anyways, what? Alright, it doesn't do anything. Whatever, dude. I guess I can align it manually. That looks kind of stupid, but the spacing looks kind of stupid now. I guess also because we're not capitalizing, but because there's a handle, I cannot really capitalize it. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, this. Alright, never mind. None of that nonsense. So yeah, I'm not sure. As long as I want the text, I guess. Maybe the only place is to go below. Yeah, I don't like that it's aligned that way. What if I left align on the other side instead? Left align, right align. It's a bit more awkward now because it's on the other side. Wait, did I shift up just now? Yeah, I did. Okay, let's not do that. This is a little bit more awkward, perhaps. What? Why can I not shift this? What? Why not? It's not letting me control T this folder. Oh, they're not in the folder. Oh, God. A bit noisy, maybe? What if I just make this black then? Gotta round the booth symbol too? You mean like the edges? Oh yeah, I didn't round it. Oh, Lamau. Wait, no. I guess the X just came this way. And then the booth just came this way. I see, I see. Yes, thank you, George. Also, unknown, we're kind of just doing like a little bit of a poster design thingy here. Not requested by anyone at all. Just doing it because I wanted to. Let's make sure these sizes are done exactly the same though. Currently we're just having a little bit of an issue with the alignment here. Interesting. It's not quite the same size. I guess I could resize it down. I can select this. I can invert the selection. Then I can just take out the corners on the top here. I'm gonna use a clipping mask. Oh, oops. Oh, I guess I should have put the mask in for a second. Let me put the mask in. Click. Invert. Click the mask, delete the corners. Delete this. Bump it. And we should be fine here. Yeah, I mean, like doing this in Clip Studio Paint is kind of asking for it. It is what it is. we're doing really janky shit, but yes, I did it in the only way I know how. Yeah, if I make this really small, man, like it's like invisible then, right? Yeah, I'm not really that keen on making the QR code go top. It just feels very top heavy. Because the density of the QR code versus the density of text, even if the text is black, it's gonna look really really hollow compared to this giant concrete block on top. So I think I'm just gonna probably do something like, I'm just gonna make this smaller and just put it here, I guess. Yeah, I didn't want a QR up top is the thing, because it feels really heavy. Right now, like, cause you go from the top, you know, it's like kind of empty, and then you just hit the character. This block in and of itself already feels a little bit kind of slightly distracting, but I think there's a good amount of space here. If the QR goes top, I think it's too noisy. Yeah, let me move it. Oh, oops. Because it'll be like something like this, right? But on the other side. And then... Oh. It's just too noisy at the top. Come on. Because like if you're looking down... I know the green thing is still there. I don't know where it is exactly. Where's the green thing? Oh, here. Yes, all the best unknown. Maybe it's not that bad, but like, it's not as bad as I thought it is. It's not as bad as I thought it is. But it's still not preferred, I think. That's alright, I think. Just drop this to half. Half is kind of a lot though. Yeah, it's a bit awkward. But it might just have to be like this. I think unless I see something else, this is still my preferred one. Either this or the QR code moved up a bit, but it feels a bit unstable. So I guess this is the main one. We can sit on this still, because I still have to talk to the guy before anything gets finalized. And then I can see if I can find anything, right, on Pinterest or something. Hello, Uni. Yum. I mean, I'm looking at like Pinterest and stuff. Everything is like grouped together. Do we want to go vertical? But it's like, it's English though. It's not gonna be that easy to read. Yes, we're just having some issues with the positioning of the QR as well as essentially the two texts at the bottom here. They're kind of big. You know, if I want to line up the icons, they're kind of big. If I make them smaller, it feels a little bit awkward, but so far this seems the best compromise. I think I'm just gonna let it sit. I'll probably get used to it pretty quick. Because we've already tried a bunch of other ideas, and I might start to feature creep something else. Actually, I'm looking at the stars, and I kind of want to double up the stars a little bit, like give it a bit of a shadow. I want to see what that looks like. Where's my shit? Oh, it's here. I don't know if it's interesting. Yeah, if it's white, it doesn't have enough impact. This one's really gonna be visible. Me. Oh. Yeah, it's harder to read, so probably not a good idea. White doesn't do much anyways, so. Anyways, I'm gonna go to the washroom. I'll be right back. I left my mouse on her face. Whoops. This looks so dark. Oh, I guess I didn't fix that. Oops. Should have fixed that. Oh, you like it? Thank you. I have no idea what I wanted. Yeah, like, okay. Nice and poofy, like that's when I was painting this, I just wanted shapes that looked okay. That looked like it might make sense. I couldn't feel it. I think I drew this wrong, actually. Did I? I'm not 100% sure. Because I've seen the avatar in real life. Oh, right, in real life. In game. And the way that the chest sort of bumps out has more of like a right angle over here. And mine's kind of flat, actually, ironically. Somehow I made it flatter than it was while trying to make it not. But yeah, I need to fix this part. I think... Wait, what? This layer is useless. What? Did I repaint everything? What? How does this work? So I'm very confused by my layers. I think it has to do with the chromatic aberration layers on top. Where is it actually? Right. Maybe let's keep it like this instead. I gotta redo this for like the 5th time or something. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Roast me. Come on. Let's go. So let's put it in here. The shorts are a bit distracting. Too many shapes, right? Too many smaller shapes. I'll be honest, I didn't clean it up at all, actually. After the initial sketch, I think at some point I just kind of gave up. Oh yeah, I never returned to this, actually. Decrease the number of shapes of both. Alright, let's give that a try. Since I'm gonna redo the thingy anyways. Let me just take off this out. No, that's fine. Any other adjustment layers? I think that's it. Okay. So shorts. I think it's over here. Let's lighten it. Too dark? Okay. Let's try it. Trying to see why I might want to keep a little bit of a darker shadow, or do I just want to bump everything up a notch? I don't know. I think in general, I think just making it lighter is... Oh yeah, it is. I'm just trying to do it step by step. I do think that if that's the case, we'll probably bump this up as well. Okay? What's the better color here? Is this better? I do feel like it was a little bit distracting, but I thought it might be interesting because there's a bit of a contrast between the basically nothing on the thighs, and then you have the short. But I don't. I do think lightening it feels a little bit better. Oh, ow. Oof. Still have this issue with my chest. Maybe I'll lighten this a bit too then. This part seems a little bit strong. Actually, can I just nuke it? Maybe I don't even need that. Yeah. I kind of gave out on the shoes at the end. I think I just didn't really bother doing much with it. hello, Konkonbini. Do I even need anything? Maybe having a bit, yeah. Second last, third last. Oh, nice lag, bro. Just to cover imported assets from Illustrator, not fun. Ooh, I've never used Illustrator. So I don't know how much easier it's gonna be. I can only imagine it's at least stuff like aligning, maybe snapping and stuff like that would be a bit easier. Am I gonna do paint over and stuff? I only did a bit for the hair. Very subpar stuff for the hair. But that's kind of it, I think. I don't really know what else I want is the thing. I think at this point I've kind of stared at it for a little bit too long, and it's gotten to like I have just like no opinion anymore. Like everywhere I look, it was like, ah, yeah, like that we could have made it a little bit better. But when I do the change, I'm also like, yeah, is it actually better though? And then it's like, and at some point, yeah, that's the other thing that we could have done is to add in the notches for the green parts. But I figured this is too much pain. Like, it's gonna be too much pain going across everything. I could just paint over on top as well, but because the character and the background's a different layer, then there'll be white bits eating into this, and I don't know if the chromatic aberration, once it goes on, is it gonna do weird stuff. At least it's white, so it wouldn't show up, I think, but either way, I probably won't do that. Since we're here, maybe I'll just add a little bit more stuff on the hair, maybe? But it's kind of hard to see, though, like, it's just... Maybe like a little bit of white stuff. Just going over this. Oh, actually the eye lines should be on top of everything, I think. I should bump this higher. Where is it? That's my paint over? Here. Oh. Should this be on top? Yeah, probably better, right? Now that it's on top, I'm actually not that sure. Like, it doesn't look very... Oh, I think it's the mouth, I think this line should have gone up a bit more. This should have been a sharper angle, I think. Anyways, probably just like screw around with this for the rest of the stream or something. I was hoping to do something else today. Yeah, this is barely visible. We don't have the values to make it work, I think. I was hoping to do something else, but I also didn't really feel like doing anything else. And then I looked at this, and then I'm like, yeah, we could do better a little bit maybe. So I gave it a shot, and then here we are 2 hours later. Kind of here. Bit hard to do that like this. I think. Just paint in the shapes then. Yeah, I guess too noisy. This part is not very visible. I don't think I'm actually making it better. That's why I'm not sure about this. I don't feel like any of this is actually better. I don't want any green outside of the white, so there's nothing outside and that is visible because white will be on white. On the inside, I think... Yeah, I don't even know if it's really that beneficial. Maybe not then, actually. I want a bit of red here. Let me see. Might clash with the green. Thanks, by the way, Uni. Anyways, silhouette shadow. Worth a shot, worth a shot. Do I want red on the eyes? Oh, I'm erasing the eyebrow. Whoops. Whoops. Doing it with the star? Okay, let's give that a try. So it would just be the character without the... No, it doesn't matter, right? It's a silhouette. Silhouette that we're talking about here. Nice lag, very cool. What? Oh, yeah, okay, it could be pretty good. What color should I use though? Which way should it go though? Probably down. In the opposite direction, right? What's a good color here? So that's not visible, right? So value-wise, it would have to be darker. Something purple-ish would fit the theme, I suppose. Maroonish. Oh, something really bright and colorful. Wait, what if I just use this? Yeah, that's a bit too strong. What if it's white instead, actually? I guess it'll just block up too many things. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe just like this. Like something like outlines maybe might be interesting too. Oh, right, the CA is still active. What did I change actually? Oh, right, the pants. Right, that's why it got dark again. I like, because the character gives me a very clean feel. Like there's nothing. Like it's all very clean. Which is why I feel like more shapes might add to that noise. And I was thinking of like outlines maybe like along stuff like here. I just don't know if it's any value in that. I think Uni, you're probably thinking of more like an outline on the around the outer edge of the character, something to silhouette against the background, perhaps. Oh yeah, you literally just said that. Sorry, I didn't read the chat. I'm thinking of more on the inside, because outside here, if I silhouette, there's like the hair stuff here that might look a little bit noisy again. Actually, I also don't know what color I would use. Pretty thick. Oh wait, can I not just generate it? Hang on. Where's my... Oh, I didn't duplicate it. Bro, why am I duplicating it again? Alright, no, I don't do that. Don't do that. I need that. So select this. And then expand. 3. Sure. Ah, I see. I know why I don't like it. It's because it's it stands out. Well, at least right now with this color. Let me see if I can maybe change a different color. I'm also gonna bump up the size a bit more because I can't see anything. But everything kind of has like sort of borderless kind of vibe, right? Like the tags and stuff. It just kind of is a block of color. Why is there not just in this actually? This wasn't drawn, by the way. This is actually a font. So I didn't do those notches. They're just there. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna go with this. I don't think there's a need to do this, is the thing. Yeah, but what does it for me personally, I think, is the fact that she kind of is part of the the space, that she isn't being necessarily isolated from it with like a border, something like that. It does make her easier to read, but I think the stuff that we do need to read is kind of already contrasted on her background, you know, mostly centered around this area here. I did fix that, right? Okay, yeah. So the face, the legs and the thighs. So specifically, I think the important things are in focus, and then everything else can just kind of melt away, I think. It's kind of got like a borderless kind of vibe, right? Like the entire magazine, well, if this was a magazine, right? Imagine holding, if I'm imagining holding this, and like compared to stuff like Times Magazine or something where there's like a border that goes around, we don't have anything. So there's no borders. Everything is open. So I think doing this would kind of go against that. I will also probably just use this color. Ah, yeah, this this doesn't play very nicely here. What color would be nice though if I do want to do it? Just black? Something neutral, I guess? But as is all things, like it doesn't have to be either or, right? We can have like maybe a bit of it. I'm not sure how that would look, or where I would put it if I were to put it somewhere. Yeah, one more slightly darker tone, right? Like even the clothing has like a little bit of a darker tone here. I think one of my gradient layers probably did a little bit too much work. Somewhere in this giant mass of layers, oh my god. I don't think, yeah, like I get what you're saying. I feel it as well. I'm just a little bit lazy now to try to fix it. I think like it doesn't take too much effort though, actually. It probably isn't going to be... Sorry, where is my... Yeah, like even just this, like if I just actually... Oh, very big brush. Even if I just push it out a little bit. It might already be enough. Why are there... What am I seeing? There's two different shades, right? Yeah, there's two different shades here. What's happening? Oh, there's something... Oh, I see. It's the... Alright, because I picked the... Oh, the reflected light. I wanted that, right? So it should match with that sequence there. Which is on where? Which is this guy. Yeah, it's gonna disappear. What about you? Wait a second. What if I... Not about that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really feel for it one way or another, I think. Maybe just a little bit darker in the inside here. White and gray. Yeah, we're going all out on this. Like everyone is participating. This is that's amazing. White and gray, huh? Alright, man. 5 bajillion layers. Holy shit. General Ian. Oh yeah. This is the one that's made by himself, I think. He has stuff to silhouette against, is the thing. Oh, okay, I see. I see what you mean by white and gray, right? Because he has the additional sort of glow, what do you call it? Like the additional thing behind, so that the white silhouette can silhouette. But I think it ends up being the same thing, where there's a border. But thank you though, George. Thank you. Thanks to everyone. Did I break something here? I don't remember this being like this. Did I yeet out a layer at some point? I might have. At this point, I think we, maybe I shouldn't touch this anymore. Ah, okay, it's this guy. Okay. Yeah. This is slightly better than before, right? I think it has a little bit more light of the darker tone. It's not very well defined. Some of the shapes are still not very clean necessarily, but slightly better. Maybe a little bit darker there. Yeah, I end up not having anything here. It's just like a white blob. It only kind of works, I think, because of this text being here anyways. This part is just entirely one giant blob. Where's my paint overlayer even? Oh, it's all the way at the top actually. It's all good, guys. I think this is probably it. Some point I did that, didn't I? Don't think it adds anything that I want. That's fine. If I left anything that would be done, that's fine too. Do I want this thing? Not sure. I'm just gonna let it sit then. It is what it is. Oh, the green. What line? Yeah, because what is this supposed to achieve, right? Like, what am I trying to do here? Lamau? I don't know. I think originally I was hoping, I thought about also pushing out the hair or some airbrushes, but my layer setup is not very good for that. The greens and all the whites are shared on the same set of layers, so I have to go in and mask everything out, and I just got kind of tired. Oh, maybe the lines, some of the lines here should have been knocked out, maybe? Because if I want to go for a no border, like I said, then... this guy, right? Let's make it a lot lighter, you know? And the one part that actually has a shadow should maybe also get nuked. Let me see. Base, right? Where is it? What? Where is it, bro? What? Oh. で、次はこれかこれかこれかこれかこれかこれだあれこれじゃなくね違うね。Yeah, this is definitely the limit. Like, I can't feel anything anymore. Maybe there are things that are objectively better or worse. But then again, things are, like, you can only also evaluate if you know what is the objective that you're going for, like the goal here. And I don't have a very clear vision beyond what is already here. I don't know where else we could go or should go. So I'll probably just leave it as is here. Oh yeah, because this is adjustment on top of them. Okay, fine. Man, how many times did I do this chromatic aberration adjustment, man? Probably have to do it again at some point. Just leave it low. It's fine. Ma いいか、別に。 realized sequence was older, I think. So it really is actually this. I don't think there's any value there. Where is it? Okay. TikTok. It looks like the same thing. Got the yellow glow. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily gotten better. Yeah, this is kind of big. I need to get a feel for what's a... Yeah, I don't know, like, there must be design principles with regards to font sizes. There must be like typical font sizes that people use for magazines, certain size for certain levels of information. That would be the best sort of guideline that I can find. And then from there on, I can think about try to rescale some of the text, perhaps. Not 100% sure. Because if I could also just make the QR code a little bit smaller too, right, that would also be fine. But I think if this view print size thing is anything to go by, if I hold a magazine and it's already this small, the QR code, oh, I guess you guys, it doesn't work for you guys. Only I can really see. Like, this is the size of my thumb, basically. This QR code right now. And this will scan just fine. Any smaller, probably still fine. But like, the smaller it is, I guess the closer you have to be to it. Doesn't sound very good. Anyway, so I think this is probably it, like, for this tonight. For our stream, actually. I don't think there's much more I can do. Going forward, I need to paint more. I think I'll probably try to tackle color first, rather than rendering first. So I need to learn to keep the lines and the shapes a little bit looser, but then just focus more on the colors and thinking about like what kind of colors go where, what kind of lighting. And then I think the plan would be to just go around and look for illustrations with colors that I like. Maybe do a study and then we try to apply that color to some other sort of setting, like kind of like what we did for the one on the stairs, right? Because then we get to use the same set of colors, but still have to make some decisions on of my own here. And then hopefully that will get me a little bit more comfortable and get me used to seeing all these different colors and working with them. And then once the colors are set, then I can move on to doing some forms and stuff. We might like intertwine some of these things, but I think I'll focus on colors first. And then that'll be the way forwards. The Secret Santa thing. I think I'm supposed to open up the midterm check. What's it called? The check-in form in like 3 days. Primarily just to get a feel for how everyone feels and see if they have started. Like for me, I still haven't really started. I got some thumbnails, but for the most part, I kind of been stuck on this. So now that this is out of the way, I can return to that. Oh, it's gonna take some time, especially because I cannot do it on stream there. That's fine. Right, I don't know what to do for the remainder of the time today. I'm just browsing Pinterest. I'm just kind of sitting here, not really doing anything. Oh, okay. This is not very relevant. I mean, it's relevant to art, but it's not relevant to actually drawing. But I found a lot of random, like, okay, my Twitter timeline is getting messed up again. Because it's so hard to not look at all the memes and stuff. But then at some point this popped up. So this is saying that, what's it called? Winter Comic Con is coming. So for those who are wondering how many, basically the books, if you're selling stuff, right? How many to print? He basically did some estimates based on, you know, like let's say you sell one every 20 minutes. Between the 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., you're expected to sell 18. So maybe you'll just print 18, right? Like, and then this, on this last column here, this is basically the, talking about like what level of experience you have, right? So the first one is being there for the first time. To add to this with my own personal experience here, the university club that I participated in, they always print 50 books. I don't know why they always print 50 books, because like I think they have a lot of experience. They probably know how many books roughly they sell each time, and it's nowhere near 50 books. I remember the time I participated, well, we sold 15. And that was the highest, I think. I think usually they sell like 10 or 11. So even though this is saying you only sell one every 20 minutes, it actually still almost doubles what we actually got out of that the thing. But then again, you know, like, it's different, right? University clubs, Yeah, probably the lowest that they allow. I think the other reason might be that they want to keep some for future events. So every time we participate in, well, participated in two, Comitia and Comicat, and both times they brought a lot of old books out too. So I don't know, maybe that's why. And then they also provided like free books for the people who submitted art, which is very cool of them. But that being said, the money was collected from them in the first place. The only thing that was really cool was from me, because I don't think I paid. I tried to pay them and then they paid me back. Anyways, just to go through this thing. So this says the first time participating. Second one is about being realistic. So I guess the realistic amount of books to sell is actually more than double than what we actually sold. I'm not sure how that worked. So and then depending on where you're sitting, let me just draw this real quick, just to explain the terms here. So you have like the seats like this, right? And then each one of this is like a table, and then people kind of come and go like this way, right? Of course, there's no fixed directions. And then you have the walls here. So let's say the walls of the building are like this. And then you have these entryways. These are really big. These are the shutters. This is the wall. And then you have all these tables lined up. It's very rough here, but the idea is that depending on like how famous or how popular you are, the organizers will put you into different seats, because you have the tables that are here, right? And then you also have tables that are here. Wait, hang on, I gotta get rid of the arrows here. Getting very messy. You got the tables that are here. So these are what you call the islands, because they're basically like an island in the sea of space here, right? And then if you're not that popular, you will be placed in the center of these islands, right? And not because they hate you, but also just so that the traffic flows a lot better, because there's a lot more space here. I drew this way too wide. It's a lot more narrow than this. If you have never been or have seen those videos, right? There's a lot more narrow. Like, I think that's just enough for like 2 or 3 people to fit side by side or something. It's very, very narrow. So this is what you call the middle of the island. So if you look at the text here, it says this kanji means island, this means middle. So basically you're sitting in the middle of the island. That's referring to this here. And the two things at the back are just saying that, hey, are you like an intermediary, or like you're actually also decently popular? Because it doesn't mean that you're always going to be placed, just because you're popular, you'll always not be placed there. Sometimes you still get placed there. I've seen, like, I think Ixie, you guys know Ixie. He has like like 700,000 followers on Twitter or something. And when I went, that winter comic kit that I went, he was actually in the middle. I don't know why. But he was actually in the middle. I think it had something to do with the book that he was selling. He was only selling one book. It was an original book, and it was the only explicit book that I bought because I wanted their signature, and it was the only book that they sold. So maybe that's why. But then again, there's like entire sections of explicit content like along the walls, you know, depending on which section of which hall you're in. But anyways, this is the middle of the island. You're expecting to sell one book every 5 to 10 minutes. And then you have this thing called the Tanjobi Seki, which means like the birthday seat, which are the ones that are right at the side here. So basically, because you're right at the side here, this is the birthday seat, you get more access to traffic here. So if you're placed here, it means you're somewhat popular, and you can also decently expect to sell pretty well, just because you get a lot of traffic. The ones in the inside, unless you have really good posters, if not, it's really hard to get noticed. And I don't know what the difference between a cushion wall and a normal wall means, but the wall guys are the guys that are along the walls here, which is pretty easy to understand. And the main difference between this and like the other seats is a lot of space. So you can bring in a lot of goods. So they only reserve this for people who are actually expected to sell a lot. So that's that. And then you have the shutters, right? That's the last one. So this is the katakana for shutter, and it says before, so in front of the shutter. But these are the guys that are constantly selling. This for me was was Moldare. He was basically he's always gonna be Shudder because he has 1.3 million. Like, imagine him getting put in the middle. He's just gonna choke up the entire hall. I remember when I went, he had like 4 people selling books for him, and he was just signing. He was just signing. That was really funny. Oh, by the way, the reason why they put the people in the Shudder is because everybody else, you kind of queue in the inside of the hall. But what happens with the Shudder is that outside of the hall, there's this really wide, like, sort of parking lot, kind of loading area, kind of driveway. It's a very wide piece of road, and it's sheltered. So what people would do, they would start lining up outside. There will be a section of the queue here, and then let's say this is A, and then this is the continuation of A, and then this could be let me shift it up. It gets really ridiculous because there's like additional roads here, and then they don't want to block this part, so they only have like at most like a 10 people long queue here, but usually there's multiple lanes because you get multiple people selling the same thing. And then this usually is the same thing with multiple rows of people, right? And then sometimes they don't want to block stuff, you get placed even further, like, and then this is the end of queue or something, so that you have a lot of space to queue. That's why they put it in the shutters. And then for Modade, he had like a long queue here, obviously, and then he had a separate queue here just for his signature. He was like sending here. So you will buy the book and you'll go to the back of the queue to get signed. It's very interesting. If you've never been. But anyways, this is a pretty interesting that I found. Yeah, 5 seconds per book. I mean, like, he was basically like 5 to 10 seconds per book, Modade, but like he had multiple lanes doing it at the same time, so it's kind of insane the amount of books they have to bring in. Man, Comic Cat really is a team game, man. Like, you cannot queue for all the big famous artists by yourself. It's never gonna work. I don't know what else. I'm trying to fill the airtime here. I don't have anything else to share. I'm trying to see if there's anything interesting to share, but oh, this is interesting. Okay, this is very interesting. So this is another tweet by a Japanese artist. So this individual drew a piece of art that got really got a lot of traffic over a short amount of time, and the reason why was because they drew the character's skin. Sorry, let me just check this is not explicit. I kind of forgot. It is slightly saucy, but the reason why was because this got 31 million views, and the reason why was the skin was green. The skin was green, and they didn't see it, and they posted it, and they're like, you know, just a normal comment, right? Like, I don't know what this translation means, but people are like, it's really cute, but like, pardon me, but like, the skin is kind of green, and I've never seen. They're being very polite, by the way. They're very polite. They're saying the skin is kind of green, and this is a very unique color combination. And I was wondering if that is just how the character is. And then they're saying like, I apologize for my I don't know how to translate this word, but like basically ungraceful question, essentially. Very straightforward question. And then he's like, wait, you see this as green? And then he posted this. This was Adventure Time, and apparently Finn has a sort of red-green colorblind. So he thought it was red, but it was actually green. So, and then this got a bunch of views as well. This is the other interesting thing that I found a while back. Let me send you all these like random ass posts. So it's interesting because people are commenting that, hey, you know, what a way to find out, you know? Your entire life you never knew, and then all of a sudden you get like 31 million people looking at your art and being like, why is it green? What a way to find out. I'll just send the other stuff as well. The other one about Comic Cat numbers. I don't know if you guys would need it. This is the other one. Like, the blocks of text looks like they're slanted, but it's not. It's just like an optical illusion with the way that the things are positioned. This is also very interesting. It's also got like, this morning when I found it at work, it only had like 1 million views. Now it's got almost 10. Very cool stuff. Hey, look at my show and tell today. I don't want to draw anymore. It's so done, dude. Anyways, what else do I got in my bookmarks? A lot of explicit stuff. Nothing else interesting so far. It's back to free rent. This is the reason. Okay, this is the reason my timeline is getting messed up. Because I see stuff like this and I forgot to say that I'm not interested. I don't know where the height thing is. But he has an exercise ball. He kept it in the ceiling like this by wedging it in the corner. It's been like that for 5 years apparently. He's saying that it's been there for 5 years without ever falling. The previous post was May 2020. That's almost as this is almost as long as since I started drawing, you know. Still there. That's such a useless. Oh my god, this show and tell is so stupid. What am I doing? Also, don't you guys seen this? There's a game where you kind of like work. So like there's this like 3D anime girl who's just like working. It's called Chill With You. Lo-fi story. It plays lo-fi music and they work and then you work and then like once in a while they will make some comments or something. I don't really know. I never really checked it out. But as a game, it's on Steam. Oh, is that right? Do you really like? Is this just like? Well, what do you do here? Oh, you can do Pomodoro.
Yosh, yaru zo.
Huh. Customize your room? Oh, like that? Okay, so this is interesting. So this one here is specifically talking about the game itself. There was another post, I think, where the guy was like, he was commenting on how the girl says like, hey, good work, great work. I'm glad that you're here working with me. But then the guy was just playing a game. So he felt really guilty after being told that. That's kind of interesting. Oh, is a different one? I'm trying to find interesting things, not just like good art, you know? Like good art's fine too, but like if that's the case, then I don't think we'll ever end. There's too many things here. Sometimes I like bookmarks a bunch of stuff, like interesting stuff. Like the stuff that I was showing, that I wanted to show on stream, and now on stream I just kind of forget to do so. I'm trying to see if I have anything else. But I think not. It looks like it's all just good art now. As though that's a bad thing, right? But like... yeah, I guess that's it. That's it. We're actually caught up on like some of the stuff I shared before, I think. Oh, Duvet didn't make it today. Look at that, Duvet didn't make it. Anybody want to steal his daily? We got 10 minutes left. I was thinking like, yeah, why not share some artists or something, like, you know? And then I'm like, oh yeah, like Duvet isn't here today. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this is interesting, but this is very explicit. It's all text, but it's very explicit. So, I don't know, maybe I'll just share the link. It's not like explicit in terms of like graphically explicit. I don't know if the artist does explicit art though. But You might have to get it translated. No, this is not my bookmark. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was wondering why my bookmarks are getting really crazy. No, that's not my bookmark. Coliba? 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 Let's see. Oh, okay, I was completely expecting something like this. And then we get crazy shit. Oh, it's very reminiscent of like yeah, it's definitely like a very Chinese style, it feels like. Very reminiscent of Sidorenko or like his partner. Matcha. But it's slightly cleaner than Matcha's edges, I think. Oh wait, also this texture, right, it reminds me of that like two other artists. One is the Mizuora Z, I think, individual, and then there's like another one. Like a button, I think. Both of them I think we've visited multiple times. Oh, man. It is nice though, it is nice. I don't know what is it that I don't necessarily like about it. Maybe if it feels like the white parts, the values are really bright and it's kind of hard to see. I guess it's kind of hard to make out some of the parts here. Is this copy and pasted? I don't feel like there's any perspective. I feel like it's like all the same pattern, like the same shape and size. Miku? Is this Miku? Is it this one? This says that this guy says that the moment I turn on my phone, I smell something burning. I went to the kitchen and I double checked that I'm not cooking anything, and then only when I pick up my phone do I realize that Sensei, you are cooking. Well, specifically he said that the illustration is on fire. I mean, it's interesting, but like the moment you like associate it with something that is a little bit more visceral, like, you know, like everyone kind of like relate to that burnt smell, right? Which is not good. So I mean, I get what he's saying, but it feels like it didn't hit the nail on the head that well. I think. Man, there's so many colors in here. This is what I want to sort of figure out, like, what kind of colors are they throwing in there? I'm sure if you just vary the value and the saturation a little bit, just a little bit, then it would be fine, but it always feels so scary to do it. Because whenever you're painting, you're starting off with a blank canvas, then one singular color, and then you're adding in this weird color that I always feel like it doesn't belong, and then it just messes me up. So I need to probably run through that process a few times to get used to that. Otherwise, we have no colors to work with. That's what I face every time. I feel like I have no colors to work with. Anything I add doesn't look good either. They have these very crispy, what do you call them? Like texture strokes? It feels like they turned off anti-aliasing and then did a sharpen on it or something. This is just turn off anti-aliasing, and this one has like additional sharpening. George, if you have something you want to share too, feel free. If not, I'm just gonna camp here until the end, I guess. What about walnut? As in our walnut? What's this, do you have the handle? Is it just called walnut? Is that in the Sell promo channel? Ah, yes, thank you. Okay. Right, I forgot the add sign. I was wondering why it's giving me the actual nut. Man, yeah, walnut is also cracked. Pun. Oh, not pun. It's pretty cracked though, like it's... The rendering? Very cracked. Clothing also kind of cracked. Oh no, never mind, I thought that was skin. I was trying to make a joke, but... Oh yeah, forgot. Wait, hang on. Let me send the links first. Oh, it's got a very cracked signature too. Look at that. Oh, is that a uwu? Oh, it is an intentional uwu in there. Oh, look at this walnut lore. Yeah, because I saw like this scribble on top, and then now it looks like a face, and I'm like, oh right, I never noticed. Miku with a pipe bomb. Oh man, I cannot imagine painting the seed. Ooh. Textures, patterns. Wonder how Wana's doing. Is he still holding the workshops? I don't think so, right? Wait. Is he still doing it every Friday? Oh, okay. Because I see it. Like it's in the events thing. But I guess he just never removed it. He just has it every Friday at 5 PM for me. According to the yeah, it's kind of insane he's kept it up for that long though, so it's a lot of work. Oh my god, cover be Japanese server. Tired. I don't think I've ever really checked out one as a page. So it's old stuff. Wait, when did Wanna start posting? 2019. Like if you do art, it really gives you like a new perspective on like old stuff that's not necessarily that impressive, but it always there's so much well, what's the word in there? I'm just imagining myself, right? I wouldn't even try something complicated like this now, and then he's trying it 6 years ago. There's a lot. I have a lot of respect. What is this? Is this walnut? Is this what walnut looks like? Actually a crazy rendering though. It's got a lot of subtle color changes. It's got reflected light in there. Broski. Oh, okay. Ah, man, this is so hard to read. What? Wait, what? Is it the... I guess the skill... Okay, so what is 7 stages of prep versus straight to line art? Okay. Renders everything. 16 overlays. Eye drop colors. Eyeball colors. Oh, I see. Okay. Solo portrait. 70 people best group picture. Horror QC pastel. Pastel. Super saturation. Simplicity ornate. Ooh. That's a good one. Sequential art. Illustration. Traditional. Digital. Original. Fine art. Career. Obvious. Play music, audio, silence only. Favorite colors, favorite palette? Wait, what? It's the same thing. Actually, what are they asking here? What was the question? It's supposed to. What's supposed to be different here? Favorite thing. What is a muso? Oh, muscles. Oh, I see. Cross contours, eyebrows, hair, and your mom. Very cool. Bicycles. Imagine him like nobody tell him that we're going through his old stuff. He's gonna yeah, it's like share one of our artists. Like every time we share like a famous, like a very successful artist, we look at all the best stuff. And then if it's one of our own, we're gonna go to the older stuff and only look at the oldest ones. Yeah, let's go. We only look at all the old ones and see the journey. Oh, look at that! Oh, look at this one! Oh, look at this one! Hello, is this explicit? Oh my god, wait. This is the reference, I guess. Not very safe for work here. Yeah, what is this? Oh. Higami, hello. This is Walnut's Twitter. Here. Where is it? Here. Yeah, special delivery just for you. What is the most recent thing I see? Oh, going to digital. September. He's probably busy. Playing games. The last time he was on a hiatus, he was playing. Oh, look, this is the thing we were doing in our server. Holy shit, he went all the way. Holy shit, he went all the way. Alright, who's... Well, I should probably hop off, but... Oh, we can like go jump to everybody else here. Oh, hey, look who it is! Look who it is! Wait, look who it is. Look who it is. Woo! Wait, hang on a second. Hang on a second. I just remembered that didn't George say that he wanted to share something like 2 Fridays ago or last Friday? Oh, what is this? Yeah, it's okay. It took me like 3 weeks to finish this other thing. Right. Alright, let's see. Where did the journey begin? Man, am I glad that I didn't post anything weird on my Twitter. Because when you're doing it to people, you gotta expect people to do it back to you, right? Good thing I didn't do weird stuff in the past, man. Look at that. Look at that. I'm safe. I think I'm safe, at least. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it's good stuff though. Like all the like this is very clean. Like, okay, I mean, like ignoring proportions and stuff. Everything is very clean. This is really good. Actually, I quite like this. I think in the past I drew a lot of what did I know I like to draw lines, like line art stuff, sketches and stuff, and I like to have really thick borders. Maybe as a kid I really liked the whole sort of more graphical side of stuff, maybe. Very interesting. Ooh, very interesting. Ooh, very interesting. Very interesting Twitter you got here. Oh, the post was deleted by the author. Alright, quick. Let's go all the way to the bottom, guys. All the way to the bottom. To be fair though, if you have anything explicit in here, it would be like, you know, I did it to myself kind of situation. Is this artist who I think it is? I think I know who this artist is, but oh man, you are very active. How many tweets do you have, dude? Does it say? It doesn't say how many tweets here. Oh shit! Wait, hang on. No, wait. No, join 2017. Rice purity test. Man, you've been drawing for a long time. There's a lot of, well, I guess there's a lot of memes, but. Is that a hash brown? Man, you are living life. Look at this. The first ever art you posted. Let's go. So when we get a new version of this, Yagami? Are we gonna get a new version of this? This was 2022. Wait, why did it stop loading then? Oh, I guess you didn't post anything for like the first few years after joining, after creating the account or something. Day 1 of 60. Where's my other 59 pages? Where's the other 59 pages you're gonna be? Day 1 of 60. Daily in this one sketchbook. Oh, I see. Oh, my favorite Lucky Star character. Actually, no, that's not true. Yeah, never mind. I do really like her voice. Oh, hello? Hello? Oh, hello? Hello, what is this? Oh, this is the you put your name in thing. Right. This has gotta just be like either a hash function or it's just a random number generator in the back. Anyways. Oh, you got someone to draw for you? Look at that. It says to Igami. It's all good. Let me not traumatize you because you are driving. Who's next? Wait. Who is this? Is this even yours, George? Actually, I'm not sure. But I thought you didn't post anything. Did you post something? I think for the most part, it's yeah, it's more like just tweets and stuff, right? How the hell did they draw in Word, dude? Is this Word? A lot of bad stuff? Okay. Oh yeah, this is what you were talking about today, but anyways, if that's the case, I'll leave you alone, but we don't have anything to work with either, so... We have Seiji as well. Also in the server. Oh man, look at that. I think he posted this, didn't he? In the showcase? Did I see this? I don't remember actually. There's a drawing section in Word. Oh. Man, wow, okay, this is very good throughput. Like there's a lot of colored stuff. What are we looking at? Let's see. This is what? October 11th? I guess it might be like... Oh, this is March, I see. There's some reposts here and there. September? Hmm? Very good. I think like my throughput was way lower, dude. In the first few years, I think it was way lower. Oh yeah, with backgrounds too. Oh man, this reminds me of the what's it called? Girls Last Tour. Oh, Debate, man. You would have missed it if I had dropped off earlier. Now we're just going through people's old stuff. Yes, thank you, Duvet. Very, very saucy stuff. Oh yeah, let me send the link first. Man, I'm kind of tired today. Past 2 days I've been drinking only tea at work, so I've been able to stay awake, but then as a result I think I can't really sleep after I come back. It's kind of been stacking up. Ah shit, what am I gonna do for? Anyways, that's for tomorrow to figure out. Anyways, thank you, Duvet. You have managed to make it for the daily. Wait, what's going on here? Are they trying to say... What does this say? Hello, this is a rough? What are you talking about? Oh, students. Oh, look at that. You know what? Like, I think what's gonna happen is that the way I'm gonna learn colors is also mostly gonna be by intuition. Because I'm just gonna look at stuff that I like, and then try to figure out what colors that they use, and then try to apply that to some other scene. So I don't think necessarily I will actually understand the theory, or like the ideas, like you know, intensity, or like color temperature. I think those would just come afterwards. I think the primary approach is going to just be in a very... Is this supposed to be Detective Conan? In a very intuitive way. Sorry, I guess, yeah. Maybe not. I don't know if I'm that intuitive, but this is really good. Like, so this is must be what the students got, I guess, originally, and then this is how they adjusted, right? Like, They upped the contrast. They made it a lot more interesting to focus on the front. Brought out the blue. Kind of blue. Right, say they up the saturation. So right, because it's blue, right? And blue and red are not necessarily. But I guess you will still have to travel through gray, I guess. So they would desaturate a little bit, and then go into the red zone. So this was just too strong, I guess. And then anything that is in the same family of colors would be bumped up. Man, this looks so good. This is just a rough too, right? Like, this is not actually that clean yet. Oops. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, it looks... Why does it look so crazy from the front? Like, zoomed out like this. It really looks so clean. I guess the eyes are pretty clean, but the hair is... So you just don't see it. Sorry, this is not really necessarily this artist's own work, I guess. Oh, maybe I should have added a little bit of a highlight in the underboob to really give it a little bit more roundness. Are they holding the bottle? Doesn't it look like it's just kind of like sticking to the fingers? The thumb is not underneath. Ooh. Damn, this attention to detail here on the clavicle. Nice. What is that? Is it part of a bigger piece? Oh, it is. Okay. Oh yeah, actually no, interesting. So we approach it from those series. Yeah. Oh wait, sorry. Oh, this is very dangerous. My bookmarks are very dangerous. Let me nuke that tab before any accident happens. Oh yeah, anyways, thank you, Duvet. Congrats on making the daily. If you weren't checking out like people's like old stuff, I think I would have dropped off already. I was thinking of dropping off at 12. Just kind of be screwing around since 12. Tomorrow is what? Tomorrow is Thursday. I like the colors on this one, by the way. Like the really dark stuff, then saturated colors, and then still you get really bright. Like, wait, actually, right, yeah, like, oh, okay, so that's what I like, I guess. Anything for Thanksgiving? No, I don't celebrate anything at all. I'm not even gonna do anything for Christmas. Like, I don't celebrate in general. I don't really know what celebration means. How do I feel joy again? What is happiness? What is joy? What is celebration? Nothing with family? Nah. My family is Asian. If anything, we should be celebrating the Lunar New Year, but even then, not even, not really. I don't know. Like I'm trying to think. Back in the past, even when I was a kid, I don't think the celebration was really that crazy. I don't think we really did anything. And then at some point, I think we just kind of gave up. Like I think, like I guess my parents kind of gave up. Yeah. Like even for birthdays, I don't think I can't remember when the last time it was truly properly celebrated with like with cake. Huh. Ah man, I gotta get better, man. Maybe next year, like for my birthday, I can draw something like this for my own character. That would be nice, you know, something that's actually truly impressive, and not me going around in circles for 2 weeks and then feeling terrible about, not so good about what I've come up with. Seems very unlikely. Seems very unlikely. Christmas karaoke party. You mean like me with you guys or me with my friends? I think either case is not very likely. Nothing is gonna change until like art is stabilized for me, that I feel like I'm comfortable and competent. Everything is going to just I'm just gonna keep going as though there is nothing, because I don't feel like I have a good reason to celebrate. I'm in a position to celebrate, you know, like. We'll get there someday. And it's gonna make it that much sweeter, right? Eventually, when we actually do get there. Or we die trying, and then that will be the sweet release of death. I know how it works. On that cheerful note, why don't we hop off for today? It's nice to just go around and browse stuff. I wish I can just be on my timeline and see what pops up, but like my timeline, very sus. Man, people, they really like ballet. Does anyone appreciate ballet dancing? I'm not like a big performance art. Like music? Yeah, even for like symphony orchestra and stuff like that, I'm not sure. Depriving myself of having fun is usually not good. I don't find it fun though, is the thing. I personally don't find celebrations fun. I found them very anxiety driven, very anxiety filled, because like it's always a social event and you're always expected to be happy, is the thing. And I think I can't quite remember now. It's been so long since I was part of anything, but yeah. Alzheimer's patient ballerina remembers Swan Lake. Oh. I mean, I don't know if that justifies Oh wait, I've seen this before. I have seen this before. But I don't know if it's nothing got anything to do with ballet being Yes, the body remembers. Wouldn't it be funny if one day I have my own kids and I also get Alzheimer's and all I remember is my own character and not my kids? Because I've technically have my character for way longer than I would have my kids. Like, who are you? That's my daughter over there on the billboard on the computer screen. Who are you? Yeah, crazy. People close to you in them. I think it depends on the motivations of the character, like why you created that character. I think most of my character, all of my characters are created off of myself. I think different parts of myself, and I think that's why I don't know. I have yet to see anyone in any character so far. But I can see the decision making because I would make the similar decisions given the. Do they say anything about yourself? I mean, yeah, I imagine. I don't really know what you mean by say anything necessarily in this context because they're just based off of what I would have done in certain situations. Maybe brought a little bit more to the extreme so that it's not just a copy of myself, you know. But like, yeah, like they're all going to. Yeah, they would. Their decisions would make sense, a lot of sense to me. I think. Man, look at the colors, man. It's crazy. Alright, but this would be less of a color thingy for me and more of like a form thingy, you know. Because if I don't have the form, then I don't know what to do with the colors in this case. I focus more on my color stuff on environment scenes like this then. Anyways, it's 1 AM. I should probably hop off here. I'll let you guys know what the final thingy is gonna look like for this. Tomorrow I just go back to whatever. I might do some practice for anatomy first just so we can get back into the sketching and coloring sort of thing cycle here. But then beyond that, I'm just gonna touch colors as much as I can. And let's see where we are in another year. But thank you guys for coming. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.